How's the process been so far?
Man, it's very exciting, very overwhelming. By the end of the day, I knew I was signing myself up into. So, man, just taking it day by day, step by step.
And how's everything going with the rehab?
It's good, man. Like I said, I've been working on my knee as much as I can. I'm gonna get the Cowboys and the training staff and come back as fast as I can and work as hard as I could.
We saw you visiting with Dr. Cooper over there. How much do you think that him working on you contributed to you ending up here?
I mean, bro, he did a very extraordinary job on my knee. For me to be walking the week after my surgery should tell it all. And also the connections that we had, all the connections he had, and just helped me connect with other people and open up opportunities for me, help me know more about the facility and the Cowboys. And I was actually in here. I was in Dallas for about 4 months, so. It's my dad's favorite team. So, he wanted to come up here and visit the team. So we walk around the facility and this and that. And I also had a 30 visit with the guys. And I was like, okay, yeah, this.
Did you take a tour? Is that what you?
Yeah, it wasn't a tour.
Oh,
I had to go see.
The
The checkups. The checkups. You get like 50 checkups a year if it's a real injury.
So has it sunk it in yet?
For me, no, job ain't finished. I still have to go out there and prove myself to the coaches. Gotta go out there and show them what I have. I mean, you can always talk. At the end of the day, you got to prove to the coaches what you can do.
What can you do right now physically at this stage?
Right now, I can pretty much do everything, running, straight line, cutting. Haven't got too much into that. Just trying to take it day by day, trying to take it slow.
When you talk about your journey and all the things you went through, is this kind of surreal that the doctor who took care of you is now you're playing for the team that he takes care of in a sense?
Yeah, it's definitely it was just me and my dad, my aunt, my brother. It was always like, hey. The Cowboys gonna grab you. Me, I'm like, I don't care who grab me. I'm trying to play. I'm trying to play on the field. That's all that matters. I'm trying to get on that field and play. And it meant a lot, man. It's very exciting. But a person like me, that happens. It's time to celebrate. That day it's over with. Now it's time to get to work.
What do you remember about your 30 visit?
My 30 visit? Mm-hmm. I mean, just the coaches, the whole staff, man. The energy. It was just like, oh my. When I left, I knew okay, if they pick me, I know I'm gonna feel comfortable. I'm gonna feel at home. I'm gonna enjoy the atmosphere. I already love Texas. So
when you came here over the last few months, and then for the 30 visit, were you just kind of visualizing yourself like, man, I can see myself here?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you pretty much do that with some teams, but like the Cowboys, I definitely didn't. And my family is big with the Cowboys, so when I seen that, I was like, I really had no reaction. I wanted to laugh. Because my dad and my aunt called it. I was like, dang, hold on.
How many
seen it.
30 visits did you go on?
I think 12.
So how did the Cowboys coaching staff compare to those other visits and meetings you were on?
I mean, you can't really tell if the coach is trying to sell themselves or not, but when I came to Dallas, it was the energy, man. When the cornerback coach, Coach Overstreet, all of them, defensive coordinator, safety coach, the head coach, the GM, it's just, it was a different energy, bro. I felt like I was already here. And plus, I was in Dallas for months training, so I already felt like I was already at home,
Does coming from a smaller program put a bigger chip on your shoulder, or is it a situation where you're maxed out on motivation? You don't necessarily.
I mean, I'm very self-motivated. Yeah. No, I don't care what level you play on. I feel like if you got that heart and you believe in yourself and you do what you want to do and not try to work yourself throughout other people and what they think about you. If you go out there and work and do your own thing, I feel like you will be on this level. You'll get to where you've been dreaming of.
Why did you stay at East Carolina when surely there were some more lucrative NIL
I mean,
possibilities?
it was first school, I ain't had the highest GPA, At that time, a lot of schools when it took me, and they gave me my first opportunity. They actually offered me before I could even get to that school. So I'm like, okay, I'm finna commit on the dot. So 2023 came, a lot of people gonna look at me crazy, but NIL, stuff like that, of course it's gonna help you, but I like to work for my stuff, I like to work up to it so I know I did something, money getting handed to me, this and that, okay, it sound good, you kept your family, this and that, but my family know how I work, my family know how they work, how I operate, and I wanna work for it, and ECU gave me that first opportunity, so I stayed loyal to them, you know what I mean?
And when fans learn about your story about working at Amazon before going for your chance there at ECU, do you think that you can serve as, or do you hope that they learn about that so you can learn, be an inspiration to them?
I mean, yeah, just I want to. It's definitely a few things they can take from that. Everybody road ain't gonna be perfect, and unfortunately, it's kids out there that don't have a lot of access to things, and they can take things from that, and that can motivate kids that don't have access to a lot of things that I had access to. So I didn't really complain about a lot of things. So once that happened, it was just like, okay, I have an opportunity. I got a door open for me. I got to take it. I got to take it serious. And what they can take from that is, like I said, go at your own pace. You don't got to live your life based off how everybody else live theirs. You know, just go at your own pace, go at your own race, and just keep going, doing you. You know, you got your family right behind you. As long as you got your friends, surround yourself by yourself. You don't need nobody.
Part of being an inspiration to others is being inspired by someone.
Yeah.
You're on a team, talk about the small program.
Yeah.
Deron Bland comes
Yeah.
from a small program, Fresno State, and he became a record-setting.
Yeah.
He's pick six king.
Yeah.
Just how inspiring is that for you coming in, knowing that that kind of guy is right next to you in the cornerback room?
Hey, man, I'm ready to work. That's all I'm ready to do. I'm ready to work, man. I don't really have too much to say about that. It's just, I mean, it's a team. It's a team game, you know. I'm very excited to play with anybody on the field. I'm on the field with, but yeah.
How would you say your
Amazon,
adversities have shaped you? How would you say your adversities have shaped you? Not only before JUCO, but even going back to high school. How do you think it has you prepared for this moment?
I mean, it definitely made me a tough individual. I'm very self-motivated, self-driven. I like to set goals and for myself. So I'm very hard on myself, and that's what it did to me, because I look back then. I don't want to look back at myself and be like, dang, bro, you should never did that, this and that. But because everything happens for a reason. You know, you learn and you grow. You learn from your mistakes, and that's kind of what I did. I learned and I grew, and I knew how to maneuver myself around life.
What's been your biggest lesson?
My biggest lesson, man, I say this a lot. Y'all can hear me say it for the third time. Just be yourself. Do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Do what you want to do. Don't do what you believe in, like you can do. You know, don't put yourself in a position to where everybody else's opinions about you, about yourself matters and affecting you. Just do what you want to do. Shut out everything. Build your own circle. Surround yourself around people that want you to be your best and do your best.
Was there ever a point where you didn't maybe believe, like you kind of lost some belief, or?
Can you say that again?
Was there ever a moment where maybe you lost some belief? You talk about how strong that is, or?
No, it was never a loss in the belief. You know, I tore my ACL back last year, you know, but I have access to a lot of things. You know, I got access to training facility. I got access to, like, Dr. Cooper. I have access to that, and I know he did my surgery. He could have said no, you know, and there's kids out there that don't have access to a lot of things, and they can look at me as motivation. Like, man, you can push through it. You don't got to give up. You know, you're going to have a bumpy road sometimes. You know, it's not going to be perfect. So it was that, yeah.
At Amazon, were you the driver or warehouse? What was the title?
It's crazy, but I'm kind of a people person, so I talk to everybody. So I did almost everything. I didn't drive. I packed trucks, you know, scanned the boxes, this and that, stacked the boxes, this and that. So it was, I mean, I did what I had to do, you know.
Is there anyone still there that you talk to?
My brothers and my dad. All I can say, that's who I work with. So.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.